Hello, Mike Tanaro here, minister of the senior group at the Greenwood Park Church of Christ. Welcome to our study. I want you to look at Philippians chapter 3 again just a little bit. Chapter 1 was the focused mind. Chapter 2 was the serving mind. With chapter 3, I like to phrase as the trusting mind or the believing mind, because Paul here is telling people all the trophies he had in his past religious life, being a Jew and all, they didn't count for anything anymore. Let me just read it to you. It's very, very powerful. Paul says, if anyone thinks that he has room to glory, that means brag and put confidence in the flesh, he said, I have reason more. Then he says, if anyone thinks he has reason for confidence in the flesh, I have reason more. And then he names all these trophies. I call them trophies like they're plaques on the wall or something. And Paul says this, he's talking about the Jews especially. He says that I was circumcised the 8th day. That's when Jews were supposed to be circumcised. And he goes on to say, he said, I was circumcised the 8th day of the people of Israel, of the tribe of Benjamin, a Hebrew of Hebrews, like an all-American, you know. And he said, as to the law, I was a Pharisee. As to zeal, I was persecuting the church. And then he said, as for the righteousness of the law, he said, I was keeping it to the letter. Now, these were all what Paul had confidence in. You need to be careful. You know, don't have confidence in anything but Jesus when it comes to your salvation. It's great that you went to church for 30 years. It's great that you went and did this or that. But He is your Savior. He is your Savior. And look how he addresses that. He says, with all these things, he says, indeed I count everything as lost, and suffer everything as lost of all things, and count them as rubbish. He says everything I had that I had confidence in, that I was right with God or good with God, he says it was nothing. It was nothing. Now this is powerful, because remember in chapter 2, he said, let this mind be in you which was in Jesus. And he talks about how far down Jesus came. Down, 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 to serve. And so if you want to know what Christianity is, it's real simple. Follow Jesus. Go to Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, the letters and so forth. Follow him. See how he acts. See what he does in certain situations. I'm not saying church service is not important. Of course it is. We come together, we worship, but we are 24/7 servants of his. Let me just read you one more thing before. He says, I count everything lost. I count it as rubbish in order that I might gain Christ and be found in him, not having a righteousness of my own that comes from his works or the law, but that which comes through faith, the power of his resurrection, And he said, my trophy is Jesus. My trophy is Jesus. And it's just so interesting, because now we see, or when we look at this, we see how that Christianity reaches down to everyone. Jesus reaches down. Have you ever noticed born in a barn? It sounds like Christmas, doesn't it? But he was born in a barn. Why? The creator of all creation, born in a barn. Now, you take that one and you think about it. You might want to write it out, born in a barn, put it on your refrigerator. He was born in a barn. The creator of the creation was born in a barn. He didn't start at the top. He started at the bottom. And so when you see Jesus dealing with people that are just what we might think is no count, you know, I've heard people say that in my earlier years, some of the old folks, this was no count or that no count, hopefully not talking about people at that time. And so he was born in a barn. You saw that already in chapter 2. And all faith, all confidence, all trust has to be in Jesus. Thank you.